Strangest religious orders in history. Have you ever heard of the man who built his own electric messiah? John Murray Spear was a 19th-century American spiritualist, reformer, and visionary who is best known for starting his own religious order that attempted to create a mechanical deity. Spear's early life was marked by a strong sense of religious conviction. He was a Universalist minister who was also considered a radical thinker for his time. He was a prison reformer, a defender of the oppressed, and an early abolitionist. Over time, he found himself increasingly drawn to the burgeoning spiritualist movement of the mid-19th century. Spiritualism was a movement that claimed communication with the spirit world was not only possible, but could provide valuable insights and guidance to the living. In the mid-1850s, Spear claimed that he began receiving what he believed were divine revelations and instructions from a group of spirits, including historical figures like Benjamin Franklin and Thomas Jefferson. These spirits allegedly tasked him with a unique mission: to create a new motive power that would revolutionize society and bring about a new era of enlightenment. Spear believed that by channeling spiritual energies into machines, he could create a limitless source of power that would free humanity from labor and drudgery. To bring his vision to life, Spear and his followers constructed a peculiar device known as the harmonial battery, which they believed could accumulate and store spiritual energy. The battery consisted of copper and zinc plates, similar to a conventional battery, but Spear claimed it could be charged through seances and spiritual communication. Soon after, Spear began working on creating a mechanical infant called the New Motive Power Child. This bizarre automaton was intended to symbolize the rebirth of society under the influence of the new motive power. For a period of 9 months, Spear went into daily trances, drawing diagrams of his new motive power child. Finally, in 1854, construction began on his mechanical god at High Rock Cottage in Lynn, Massachusetts. The child was composed of a black walnut table with insulated legs and topped with a series of copper, zinc, iron, and magnetic parts. Spears faced opposition from both the scientific establishment, which dismissed his ideas as pseudoscience, and religious authorities who saw him as a heretic. Even other members of the spiritualist community were horrified by what Spear was doing. Nevertheless, Spear persisted in his work. Sarah Newton was the wife of one of Spear's followers. Spear declared her to be the Mary of the new dispensation, who would give birth to the new motive power. She began living full-time in the High Rock Cottage laboratory in order to maintain an umbilical link to the device. There, Spear and his followers made daily efforts to charge the machine and infuse it with life. Some reports suggest these rituals were decidedly sexual in nature. Eventually, Newton went into a spiritual labor. She reportedly spent 2 hours writhing in pain before she reached out and touched the new motor. Some people who were there that day swore the device began to move on its own, but the movement didn't last, not in the device, nor with Spear and his followers. Ultimately, Spear's quest to bring about the new motive power did not achieve the societal transformation he envisioned, and he was met with public ridicule. P.T. Barnum declared Spear's new motor to be one big humbug. Even worse, Spear claimed that one night a mob of angry religious zealots broke into his spiritualist compound and destroyed his mechanical god. Spear's methods may have been suspect, but his heart was in the right place. He spent the rest of his life trying to bring about a change in society where men and women of all races and religions were treated equally. Unfortunately, Spear isn't remembered for his work to reform society, but rather for creating one of the